It's another great honor to introduce Lieutenant Commander Amir Pishdad Jr., U.S. Navy SEAL retired. Hang on, folks. It's an honor to introduce our distinguished speaker, Lieutenant Commander Amir Pishdad Jr. Uh-oh, is my battery dying? Is that better? How about now? There you go. You're in trouble, Rodney. I think Jim set me up on that. Okay, let me start over. It's an honor to introduce our distinguished speaker, Lieutenant Commander Amir Pishdad Jr., a retired U.S. Navy SEAL whose remarkable career, dedicated to service, exemplified the high standards of leadership and perseverance. Lieutenant Commander Pishdad embarked on a naval journey in August of 1973, quickly distinguishing himself by qualifying as a Navy UTD SEAL in January of 1975. He holds the unique distinction of being a part of the only SEAL training class that no one graduated, and later graduating from the only class where no one quit. His assignments included deployments with the Underwater Demolition Team 21 and SEAL Team 2. He honed his skills as an electronics-made third-class petty officer and a Navy static and free-fall parachutist. In addition to his military prowess, Lieutenant Commander Pishdad is an accomplished scholar, having earned a Bachelor's of Science in Business Administration and Management from Virginia Commonwealth University in just 2.5 years. His expertise and leadership were so valued that the Navy requested him to return to service, leading him to graduate from the Naval Officer Candidate School in Newport, Rhode Island, and served with the Underwater Demolition Team 11. As an ordinary member of the SEAL Team 5 and the Naval Reserve SEAL Team 1, 3, and 5, Lieutenant Commander Pishdad has held various critical positions, including Diving Officer, Assistant Platoon Commander, Nuclear Safety Officer, and SEAL Platoon Commander. His career was marked by commitment to excellence and innovation in leadership, teamwork, and operational strategy. Medically retired in December 1996 due to a spinal cord injury, Lieutenant Commander Pishdad continues to inspire through speaking engagements. His topics of expertise include motivation and productivity, leadership skills building, teamwork development, and the history of the naval special warfare. Please welcome me, Lieutenant Commander Amir Pishdad Jr., a true champion of community service and the enduring spirit of Veterans Day.
Well, if I can ask all the veterans, active or retired, or that you have served, to please stand up. Keep standing, don't sit down a minute. I am constantly asked by people, or they tell me, thank you for your service. And you're about to repeat the words that I give back to them. But I want to tell you something, that you are all that are standing are part of the same team, Team USA. And you're all part of my family called my brothers and my sisters. But what I want you to do is attention on deck, hand salute, keep your salute. Now you're saluting all those that are sitting down because they're doing the major thing that supports us. They are the support for us. Yes. And when people tell me, thank you for your service, I say, I did it for you. All together, I did it for you. Two. Thank you. Now, it really catches their attention when you tell them that you did it for them, because truly in every one of our heart, when we signed that dotted line, we did it for them, we did it for our country. To the members of the armed forces that are here, the veterans, ladies and gentlemen, I am deeply honored and humbled to spend this Veterans Day service with you all. I was personally privileged and fortunate to have had my father's leadership, his mentorship, his example, as he himself achieved the rank of Army Chief Warrant Officer 3, with 25 years of service himself, to have had his blessings and his permission to join the United States Navy at the age of 17 in 1973. Thank you, Dad. My dad, who is with us today, is now less than 1 month from his 93rd birthday. And while his and my accomplishment in the service basically totals 45 years, our family, younger brother Timothy, VMI, forming explosives in England. And they brought him to the United States, gave him a commission. He started the EOD school, and he also disarmed a lot of the ammunition, the bombs that had been dropped at Pearl Harbor. And when our country found out that we are going to go to Normandy, he was personally called on his wedding night to come in and start this program down here in Fort Pierce. So if you're interested, a Memorial Day, which will be coming up, is a huge ceremony there. I encourage you all to mark your calendars, come down that morning, look on the website for the Navy SEAL Museum. The title of my speech here is called November the 11th. 71 years ago, I was 1 year old. November the 11th, 1954, our country celebrated its first Veterans Day. 107 years ago, on November the 11th, 1918, with more than 70 nations worldwide that were involved in a 4-year, 3-month conflict that started on July 28, 1914, in which a total number of casualties, including both killed, wounded, estimated about 40 million, World War I ended November the 11th, 1918. To commemorate the 1-year anniversary at the end of World War I and to honor the sacrifice of those who served, on November the 11th, 1919, the first official celebration of the United States of America was held, and it was called Armistice Day. Which, by the way, armistice means an agreement of opposing sides of war to stop fighting for a certain time. And in other words, it was just a truce. 19 years later, in 1938, 87 years ago, Armistice Day was made a national holiday in the United States. But before the 20th anniversary of that glorious day that World War I was ended, we were back into World War II. And during the 6 years and 1 day that World War II endured, Armistice Day was not observed. Of course, World War II caused an estimated of 70 to 85 million deaths, with over 35 million wounded. It's a staggering number. And after World War II ended in 1945, 9 years later, Congress in 1954 officially changed Armistice Day to Veterans Day to honor the American veterans, not just those from World War I. So therefore, unlike Memorial Day, which honors those that had died while service to our country, Veterans Day, November the 11th, will always remain a federal holiday to honor those you that have served this great country. Thank you for your service. Come on. Amen. Dig in. We honor those who honorably served our great nation. We honor those who were away from their families for months and years. We honor those who missed births, birthdays, anniversaries, countless holidays, and even funerals of families and more. We honor those veterans that this day that honors the men and women who honorably wore the uniform of the United States of America. November the 11th, today we honor those that serve our nation, and we say from the bottom of our hearts, I say from the bottom of my heart, thank you. And to every American who's worn the uniform of the service, thank you for your sacrifice.
We did it for you.
That's right. That is exactly right. And while only one day, believe it or not, is dedicated to honoring that service, Americans must never forget the sacrifices, the commitments, the duty to this country, the duty to your fellow countrymen that they have made to defend the freedom of our country and our citizens. Good time to clap. John Fitzgerald Kennedy, who was a very young kid when I had the privilege of listening to his speeches, he said, as we express our gratitude, we must never forget the highest appreciation is not the utter of words, but to live by them. Veterans Day reminds us of the strength and the spirit to make America great. We are reminded of the selflessness of those who served before us. Today, let's not only thank them, but to stand by them. We can offer them no better tribute than to protect what they have won for us. They have never let America down, and we will never let them down. Why was I in the class that no one graduated? It's because they got down to only 4 enlisted men. I had to leave for surgery, another enlisted man, 2 other guys left for injuries, and the last 3 remaining because one guy was colorblind, and unfortunately you can't be a Navy UDT SEAL if you're colorblind, so we had to go out to the fleet. So it wasn't because everybody quit, it's because 6 remaining enlisted got moved to other classes, 4 of them to the next class, number 79. I came back from the hospital 2.5 months later after knee surgery and class number 80. And one other guy that I was just this past week at our 40th muster at the museum, celebrating 40 years since we turned it into a museum, was in class 82. But 19 guys in my class that started with 59. 2 weeks later, 40 were gone, and all 19 of us not only started Hell Week the 3rd week, but 5.5 months later, we graduated as the only class that everyone that started Hell Week, no Bell Hell Week, also made it through the end of training. So that's a little more explanation. It's not that everybody quit class 78, it's just that there were some injuries or the circumstances that pushed them off. It was a privilege and an honor to be a frogman, to fly mini submarines, to jump out at altitudes over 25,000 feet day and night, to jump in the water, to lock out of submarines. I'll tell you, there's 2, in my opinion, 2 of the best food in the entire armed forces, and that was on submarines and in the Air Force. The Navy gave me the opportunity to go to college with a paid admission. They gave me the opportunity to excel through advancement. They gave me the opportunity to be a great sailor with great men that I had the opportunity and the privilege to serve with. I had many chiefs that taught me and gave me examples, first-class petty officers that led me as a young ensign. And the opportunity of a lifetime as a young kid, I loved scuba diving and joined because he saw Lloyd Bridges and Sea Hunt and the Frogmen movie with Richard Widmark, which many of you know that what I'm talking about, and I got a chance to live that life. It is a dream come true. So on this Veterans Day, let's remember the service of all of you that have done, the support that all the people around you gave you your support. Let's renew our national promise to fulfill our sacred obligations to our veterans, to our families who have sacrificed so very much. Let's support the operation of the Veterans Administration. This nation will remain the land of the free, only so long as it is the home of the brave. Thank you and God bless.
All right, the man, the myth, the legend.
Because of you.